just like that.
And just like that. So easy. Let me make sure I got my stuff on here. Yeah. Just like that.
Drew Network.
Ladies
Drew
and
Network.
gentlemen.
What's do, man?
You a fat phase-on lie. Drew Network.
Well, fellas, we only got about, it looks like we got maybe 2 weeks to figure out what the hell we're going to do for episode 100. Shout out to Jake Gatz for the music. If I sound like I'm out of it a little bit, I am. You niggas is crazy. First off, y'all both sitting there like some goddamn 4-year-olds who ain't did nothing, and Daddy walked back in the room, and y'all sit there like he just sit there with a straight face. You ain't saying nothing. It was pandemonium. Pandemonium. Five minutes ago. Hey, welcome to episode. Oh, see, I almost had it wrong. Sorry about that, y'all. 97 Stats and Facts. I am your host, DREWSKIWOOSKI, the bottom-bearded one.
Yo, this your boy E.
And Tony's here once again.
And we are back with an all-star cast. Leland is here once again with us in spirit. Shout out to Lil Leland.
Shout out, homie. What up?
Yeah, so if y'all didn't get a chance to, some things changed for your boy. This last.
Is that so?
Oh man, professing your love on the beach, man.
What's that like?
I was like, man.
On the beach. Professor.
Y'all ain't gonna get me like that.
Wait, on the beach? You mean naked feet?
Yeah, naked feet, man.
Dude was up there. You ain't see the clip, man? Dude was up there on his Boys the Man, yo. Dude was on bending knee.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Can I tell y'all the craziest part about being an engaged man? What is it? A week later? I don't think I think that might have taught me about my stomach. What? That might have taught me that you're never gonna do this again. For one, okay, and for two, Bubble Guts was crazy. Can I give y'all the story? I hit the hill, right? Mm-hmm. And in my head, and Andy, little Drewski, he knows. I told him. Yeah. I told nobody else, right? So we hit the hill, right? So boom. So we hit the hill. So everything is kind of fine. I set my stomach up on empty on a road trip. 4 or 5 hours. Hop in the car. I'm okay with not having no food, no nothing. I hit a little tree on the road, but I'm like, that's more or less to settle things. So we get all the way there. And right when we hit the little hill, I'm talking about my radar scanned. And I said, oh, I don't see no bathroom sign. I don't see no bathroom signs from 1,000 yards away.
Because that radar is very active.
The radar is active. The radar is very active. So if you are in tune with it, you'll spot it if it's there. It was there, but it was out of sight. So see, right? So we hit the little hill. Boom. So we coming down the hill, and I just hit a massive U-turn. Like action movie style in a Tiguan, okay? So this is nice. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Everybody understands this. We hit the top of the hill. I'm like, yo, Wiener Schnitzels. I just saw it. We just passed it. She says, that's a to-go only. People stand out in front. So then the stomach might have thought we was going there, and it said, nigga, it better be 400 feet away. Which was, the next place was Angelo's Burgers. right there in San Diego. So shout out to the San Diego people. Y'all know where I was at. So I pull up, right? I get out the car. Boom. I run in. Unbeknownst to me, my family's in the car talking about me. See, we can't stop nowhere without him in his stomach. Okay? In his stomach. So I get in there. Boom. So I'm at the door. I walk in, scanning the place. I spot a man who looks like John Travolta. Okay? So I'm like, oh, shit, it's Travolta. It's not him, but it looks like Grease. Everything in there, this place is set in like the 50s. So I'm still, like, you know, my brain is like analyzing this, right? So I'm like, okay, here we go. Yo, I gotta use the bathroom. That's how I announced it, because I didn't know how it was moving too fast for me. And I felt like I had to just yell, hey, I gotta use the bathroom. Travolta turns around with a towel on his shoulder, slicked hair, black t-shirts, and Levi's. He says, flips me a coin. I catch the coin. So what am I going to do with this? He said, bathroom's right there. I go to the bathroom. You got to put a coin in the door. I never did this before. My stomach ain't never went through nothing like this. So my stomach doesn't know when to register how close we are.
Yep. Is this coin going to work instantly? Is it sending a message to Mars?
Is this the first level? It could be another
Exactly.
man. Robert De Niro could be behind the next door, right?
Exactly.
So I get through. Boom. I get in there. The guts are good. Okay. I hit the beach. Everything goes great. And she says yes.
The Drew Network.
Oh,
Congratulations, man. That's a
Congratulations.
beautiful thing, man.
hold on. I was trying to do that.
I got it live.
I was trying to do that, y'all.
That's it.
So yeah,
It's official.
it was great.
It's official.
I just never knew that I could get that nervous.
The clan
I grew
officially
up-
grows.
I grew up on Toy Story. I get so nervous, and I never knew.
Hey,
I never knew
engagement sponsored by Imodium.
that I would be in that spot, and I couldn't imagine delaying that due to my bowels.
I could have. And you know what? Because we share that feature now, I'm going to give you my tip for the future. You need to buy a packet of Imodium to keep at home for any impromptu special day. Because
no.
a day can become important.
I know what to use. I'm not going to give them an ad right now, and we got too much stuff to get to, and I've already spent 8 minutes talking about my digestive system. First off, come again?
I said, y'all need to check y'all guts out, man. I don't know what the hell going on.
No, it's just it just the best things.
It's an anxiety trigger, really. But it's in that family of having an irritable bowel, but it's when it's triggered socially. And in those days, you know, like when you went into that story, if I would have known that you was going there for that, I would have actually asked you to take an Imodium here.
Well, yeah, I'm here to
get some solidified.
to stuff that slow things down a little bit. But how are you guys? How y'all doing?
I'm good, man.
Y'all doing good?
Man.
You're looking good. You know what I'm saying? Tony T got that hair.
Yeah, man.
He got that hair. Nigga put a hat on like I can't mess this up.
What you talking about?
Yeah.
What you
So
talking
he's on his thing. E, you good?
I'm good, man.
We got a couple of things that we wanted to get into. Nothing major really. We gonna get into so we already did the first topic. Okay. We didn't even talk about this in pre-production. I'm gonna bring it up like this. Who are you more worried about? Jake Paul or Mike Tyson?
Man.
Tyson, but not for the same reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Tony, man. Like Tyson got way more to lose, in this fight.
And
Is he not looking at himself as like, okay, I'm 41, and I feel like in my head there are things I can do, and then I try them, and it just ain't popping.
Yo, man. At the end of the day, man.
You said that before we started potting. You said, hey, it's just even just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to send your body through them same cycles over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you when you younger, you could just do a lot more. Your body recuperates better. You could jump higher. Your body is still young. It's like a car, man. Anything that you use over a certain amount of time, it start to wear down.
So y'all think it's in the script for Mike Tyson to get knocked out?
I think my thing is the part of worry isn't that he'll necessarily lose. He could win.
The damage.
It's the damage. You're older. It's the possibility that you could overexert yourself. You win and then have a heart attack right there on the stage because
You haven't seen Mike Tyson sparring?
No, and that's the thing. That's sparring.
But he
now,
could. I have watched a minute and a half video, and then after watching that, I'm like, damn, I'm tired. First off, second off, he's gonna go do another minute and a half in the next 5 minutes.
True.
Those boxing conditioning is way different from it's like similar to like cross country. You know what I'm saying? Where their fifth gear don't kick in until they're scheduled for 12 rounds. They might not kick in the fifth gear until like 9th or 10th round. As far as like that, consider it like that second win. You see what I'm saying?
And my point is, will he take that win sooner because he's older now and he now has everyone watching him? So like we've seen him spar, great. That's the energy that someone gives when they're practicing. Like the perfection of practice.
But this is
as opposed to
these rounds are half the time of what he's normally scheduled for.
But my point is that he hasn't fought.
What's next to your point?
He hasn't fought in public with everyone watching and everyone scrutinizing for years. So he may be sparring.
And since you didn't watch him fight Roy Jones?
Yeah, he fought Roy.
How many years ago was that?
Maybe 2 years ago.
Was it 2?
Yeah.
That was pretty recent. The thing is the way I'm looking at it is it's going to be a regular Tyson fight. He's going to have to knock him out within the first 3 or 4 rounds. And if not, it's just going to be Jake Paul beating the crap out of his ass. And because he's old, he's going to lose his wind even faster.
I think Mike hears y'all.
Hey, man.
I think Mike hears y'all, and
I think Mike hears all voices.
Yeah, like the nigga could go in there and hit the ayahuasca and then go and you know what I'm saying? Like his brain is in a place that none of ours have ever been. You ever did ayahuasca?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Something similar.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
People take ecstasy and go and do lovable things. What if he just hit that shit and get the whooping ass? You know what I'm saying? It's like a reverse effect. You don't know.
I hope he beat him. Like I want him to beat him. Like I don't want his legacy to be tarnished.
Yeah.
By losing to Jake Paul, man. I think Jake Paul is a whole clown, man. Like if you want, he beating up on old people and people that's not even boxers. Like you want to be respected. Go fight in go join the boxing league, man. Get in there and fight some people that's actually your age, that's under the same conditioning. Don't be picking on people that's like 20 to 30 years older than you, man. You know?
And he's looking for the sensationalism.
I don't think he's picking on them.
Yeah, I don't think he's picking on him.
I think he's
a worthy opponent.
He probably got into some comments one day and said, "Man, I knock out Mike Tyson," and they're like, "Man, no, you won't." You know what I'm saying? I mean, not to say per se that's how it started, but I think that, this is all just some little banter that started somewhere, and.
Yeah, but of course,
Okay, this is my thing. This is my question. This is the perfect way to analyze how y'all view this. Who's going to be favored in this fight?
Tyson.
Yeah, I think Tyson.
I
think Tyson is going to potentially win, more likely to win.
Out.
My fear is that his winning will come at his own expense of something, and that's what I don't want.
I don't see Mike taking
if he's
that much damage. Mike is way more seasons of a boxer. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, Jake Paul is so good of a boxer." Like Jake Paul is about to spar with Mike Tyson. That's essentially what we're about to see. So I don't see other than the youth and maybe a little bit more athleticism, but you're going against one of the best, if not arguably the best heavyweight ever in Mike Tyson.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's like at a certain point, you got to remember that even Splinter
Drew Network.
was kicking butt when he had to fight. So it's like he may have been an old rat, but when he had to fight,
I ain't gonna lie,
had
man.
some
Like,
moves.
nobody wants to give in the father time, and that's what Mike is fighting with right now, man. He remembers his glory days, and he don't know what else to do with his life. That's the reason why Mike accepted. But man, you can't beat father time, man. And I just hope for his legacy that he didn't just sign up for something that's going to tarnish it, you know. Because I don't think Jake Paul is all of that. But at the end of the day, the dude is young, he's vibrant. You know what I mean? The dude got age on his side.
Definitely gonna be an interesting fight. It's definitely going to be a show for sure. And what date is it?
I think it's like 420.
Yeah.
And I don't think that a loss would do anything for Mike Tyson's legacy. Like,
Yeah, it'll be horrible, man. That's like watching.
that's
Roy
not
Jones
that will not be horrible.
Yeah, it would, man. That's like watching
that
Roy
will
Jones.
that will not be
It's like-
horrible. That's you're almost in the same boat. Going back to
It's like
our,
Jordan playing for the Wizards.
our pre-production conversation that we was having that pertained to Candace Owens. But we're gonna and basically what happened was there was an interview with Joe Budden that she did. We're all gonna take that in. So we're gonna give that to y'all next week after everybody has watched. You know what I'm saying? We can get back to that. But what you were saying reminds me of Tony's point, where it's just like, like it seems like you're just kind of like just bringing out something that's just like you
Something
almost,
that wouldn't be in a point for something
or
else.
you just want to make your point about it. That's how. That's what I feel.
Nah, it's
that.
the thing is
Like you just picking your spot. It's like,
No.
I don't like the purple spots on that dress.
nah, it ain't about that. It's basically
Okay.
these people are legends. You know, I'm talking about like when I said Tyson, and I also mentioned Michael Jordan. These people are legend, and it get to a point that your body just can't do what you used to do when you was younger, but their mind don't see that.
Yeah, but I
And so
don't
it's
think
like-
that it is going to change anything how people like me and you and
Ultimately
older
view him.
are going to view him.
Yeah, but we don't want to see. I don't want to.
That's legacy. Legacy is what is it? What do they talk about when your name is brought up? That's what legacy is about.
Yeah,
And that's what people say they want to leave a legacy. I want to lay a trail of the 100 and shout, man. Hold up, man. Hold the fuck up, bro. Shout out to the new people that's subscribing on this network, man. Bro, Tony, shout out to you, bro. Okay, when I tell you a man that walks in the room and moves the needle, okay, I love that. I love that. But I already knew that about him. You know what I'm saying? I knew that about him before that. And I knew that I could just take my dice, and every time I roll them bitches from now on, they go look similar to 7. Let's get to that. The truth is in the details.
And I'll say this to what you're saying.
Say it.
In the spirit of our dear mother, who is a humble lady, I don't think it's me. I think it's how you respond with me. I think it's a synergy that we naturally have together. And that's the recipe. The recipe isn't you. The recipe isn't me. The recipe is us.
But I am going to say that I knew.
You knew you was missing the key ingredient.
Yeah, this is nice. I love
flour.
it.
You needed
I
sugar.
love it. And this ain't saying nothing ill because we always got space for 4. Y'all just can't see the last mic. The mic is over there. It's set up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So any of y'all want to create the narrative. As a matter of fact, y'all can create the narratives if y'all want to. I even will go as far as saying, shout out to Dead Serious Radio.
Yeah.
And y'all niggas need to get me on one of y'all shows over there. Maybe I never asked for an invite. I want to go sit down with the fellas over there.
Sounds like a plan.
I do. I want to go sit down with the fellas over there.
Make it
so y'all
happen.
get at me when y'all get at me. But we We are at. Maybe y'all want to call this a little halftime? Because we got our last little part we want to discuss, and we can get at a quick little segment.
All right.
So
Sounds good.
I'm gonna make the screen do some old fuzzy shit like when niggas used to didn't have cable back in the day, and then we gonna be right back.
Stay tuned.
And just like that.
And just like that.
So Tony T had a very, very, very interesting little thought on our break when we was trying to fix his TV.
Let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, what's in a name? What's in a name? Have you ever put much consideration into how much consideration your parents put into picking your name? Well, I figured out today in this conversation that my thought might be a little original, because here's my plan for the future child that may exist one day. If I were to ever have a kid, I have already made the decision that for my child's first year of life, they won't get an official name.
Oh man, you know what? Hold up. You said this off camera. That was wild. All of that. He did not think about the person that would be on the other side of this or involved in any kind of way.
Immediate
as he's the only person that
Yeah.
you're the only one that's gonna make this decision.
No, this is how I feel about the subject. So if my partner, this would be
Yeah, but I thought about that. I said now, and you presenting that,
yeah.
it would be met with you got to get past a whole nother conversation.
That's the point I'm making. Is that this is the discussion that me and my partner would have made on the name of a child. So the point I'm making is not that this is going to happen.
No. But I just thinking like, okay, they bring it to you.
Yeah.
They bring it to you, or you bring it to them, and
you bring what?
Hey, our kid will not be named until its first birthday.
Yes.
How do you foresee this panning out, man? Like, you think it's gonna be an easy conversation?
Yeah, I went.
Oh no, it's an easy conversation.
Is it?
Here's the thing. The point I'm making isn't that the other person has no agency to pick the name. I want to express my viewpoint of how I feel about this, and the person I'm with or I'm having that child with, but also I would want them to come to the understanding of why I want to do this, and therefore be a part of it.
You will hope that you bring them to.
So how are conversations going to go?
You will hope.
Hold on.
You will hope that you bring them to that understanding. Right?
Huh?
Because you just said I'm gonna bring them to the understanding that that's what should be done.
Partially, but two, traditionally men choose their children's names.
I was never.
I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, like,
I fathered 4 children. Rest in peace to Angelina, and I was never under like a assumption, even internally, that what I say was going to be it. Like every single kid was an agreement. It was like a ping pong game.
Yes. But I'm speaking in the sense of, again, that's called anecdotal. That's something you went through, and therefore it's a story that you're using. I'm saying.
Okay, so look, we have another person.
That would be anecdotal too. We have to get the point I'm making.
You said traditional.
No. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. Throughout time, men have been the namers of the children. Like their opinion on the name of the child was the most important thing. Like that's what most juniors are from the men. There are very few female juniors. That's like the Krishan baby is almost like
it goes like
wow. It's a junior boy.
I have a junior.
Yeah.
And that conversation went, hey, do you mind if this baby has the same name as me? That's how that went. Because it wasn't, hey, he is a junior. That's what I'm saying. I didn't pronounce him that. It was always, and I'm saying 4 for 4.
Yeah,
But
you're almost, you don't
what-
realize you're saying my point to the backside.
No.
You're in
Well,
a world already where you didn't have to present your opinion on it. It's already valued as higher
when you say
when it comes to picking a name. Women naturally want a man who has an opinion on this subject.
Okay, hold on. So when you say traditional, do you mean like as far as like men opening doors for women?
Yeah.
Okay, so we would agree that that's dead.
No. No.
Chivalry?
No. It's not dead. Things can change.
No, I'm being literal.
Yeah.
That act.
No, it's not.
It will be considered traditional.
Yes.
Is it dead?
No. Because
What about you? When last time you opened the door for a lady?
No, I open
A car door. Like you beat her to the car and you open the door.
7-Eleven.
I'm in a very long term
Okay.
relationship. Just got engaged and I have never done that.
Got you. So that's an anecdotal thing. I'm going to tell you a factual thing. I work as a driver, so I pick up thousands of people, and I'm oftentimes annoyed at how many men open the door, and then I got to wait for his ass to go, wait, close the door, walk around the car, get in the car. Then he realizes, oh, you ain't got no leg room. So I always giggle at myself when those moments happen. But I now know.
So men are expecting you to get out.
No, not me. They do it. A lot of men open the door to the car for their girlfriend when they're going out as a couple. Yeah. That's a natural thing. And my point isn't that everyone has to do it, or that you're weird or non-traditional that you don't.
No. Because that scenario is very unique, and I would think that if me and my lady were standing, my fiance, were standing on like a curb and we're waiting on the Uber and they pull up. And it's I'm assuming that she gets in first. I would think that I would do it then. Yeah. But we're always just in a
You're in a natural flow mode.
And I'm gonna tell you that I do see guys that do that, and I don't try to assess their like relationship, but I'll see like no lie. We put up to Lowe's and this is something I caught. They pull up and I seen the guy get out the car and I was thinking he was going to get a cart. And he went to the passenger side of the car. So that means for that little 2 seconds, she just sitting there.
With me.
Just sitting there.
Waiting on her to get out.
Oftentimes she's sitting there with me. I'm like, how many times am I sitting there thinking, if you don't open your door, get your ass out the car.
I can't do it every time, but special occasions.
So she doesn't because that
yes.
I think that makes it like arbitrary. But we'll get back to that.
It's the pomp and circumstance of tradition.
Now, in that instance, I think I would.
You're very
open the door because it just goes with what's supposed to happen in that moment.
What you're saying is you're a pragmatic person, so you would do it in situations where it was logistically makes sense, and it's also nice of you to do it. Mm-hmm. So if it's nice of you to do it and it makes sense to do it, you'll do it. Right. But if you're pragmatic and it takes you out of your way and it's not a big deal if it's not done, you won't do it, which makes sense.
Yeah, like let's just say for some reason I was at the rallies across the street and she was at the Shell on the other side across the street and the Uber pulled up and we was walking up from opposite sides. I wouldn't run around the car and be like...
Expect her to wait at the car until you get... And I'm telling you, I have seen women walk up to my door. Oh, my husband's right there. And he's walking up. And I'm like, all right, come on in. And she just sort of steps back. Or she finally, hesitatingly opens the door. And I realize, oh, she was waiting for him to open the door. Or sometimes she literally will wait for him to open the door. And what my point is of that is... Those people are literally locked into a tradition. Yeah. And my point is you have a traditional overlay as to you understand why it happens, but then you understand pragmatically why it doesn't need to always happen. Yeah. Whereas the tradition is it always has to happen. And if you were raised with those standards.
But I'm telling you that we've never like had and then I think when we did get the Uber, I think we just went and got in the Uber.
Yeah, but we just but back
so
bringing that.
I never did.
Yeah, so this is my thoughts on it.
Never.
If like if we're doing like some like if it's like some special date, something like that, you you trying to show your girl some appreciation, what have you. Yeah, you definitely do those things, man. It's the little stuff that count. But at the end of the
but
day,
then it just seemed fucking weird. That shit seemed fucking
check
weird
it,
as
check
fuck.
it.
Like,
On the opposite side of that, I'm telling you right now, man, if it's raining outside or it's like 1,000 degrees outside, I ain't opening your door, yo. And you should respect
Let's move.
that.
Let's move with efficiency.
Yeah, like I ain't trying to be out here getting wet. Like, yo, get in your side. I mean, get in my side.
So the point, back to the original point of things being on tradition, because the tradition is already set that men pick names for babies in a traditional way.
We're live on Facebook too, y'all.
Then it doesn't go against the nature. Your original question is, am I thinking about the other person in a traditional sense? Not me, but in a traditional sense, it'd be a lady. And in a traditional sense, most lady would probably appreciate that their prospective husband or boyfriend had such a detailed thought about the name of their child that they would respect it and want to be a part of the project. That's how women's minds work.
I don't understand. Now,
Like they would love proactively.
When I'm speaking, I feel like you're like giving me, like you're like my doctor. Mm-hmm. That's what you sound like. It's like you're trying to hear me to a word where you want to just say, "Oh, you're problematic. You're quagglematic." Like that's what I'm getting. Okay, so and saying that, it's just like whatever we whatever I say is just going to end up in like a diagnosis. How?
See, I think you are projecting, because this whole time I have only been talking about people who are.
Oh, yeah, you said you are
pragmatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a person that's very practical and doing things that make sense in the way that proceed things.
But I never ever opened the door.
Because that's more pragmatic.
I don't understand what you're saying.
To be traditional would mean you have to open the door every time. A pragmatic person would say, I'm only going to open the door if it's in the way of walking, but if it's not in the way of walking, the pragmatic thing is for us to efficiently get into the car quickly. Right. So you would not open the door, and that's what I said. So if you
hey, I am, you know what, maybe that wasn't miscommunication, but I am assigned with getting the doors unlocked fast enough. That is my job.
But see, that shows that
I want to. No, I do want to come back to that. I think I missed. I may have missed the point on what you were saying, and I had it in my brain as to what I wanted to say.
Yeah, because we got off the point of the original topic of the baby name, because I actually didn't get the plan out. So the plan for the baby that doesn't exist yet. I said all of us, most people on this planet are people who were named at birth, a name that their parents picked out before they were born. And my idea is it'd be nice to have my baby and for the first year get to know my baby and enjoy my baby. You can have a pet. Now I'm saying pet name, not like use it as a pet, but as a cutesy name like Tutu, Bunky. Everyone has nicknames, you know. BB, baby. Baby is a nickname. And guess what? Babies don't remember any of that time period. But at your first birthday, my plan would be to then have spent that time and then researched a name that represents the personality that I can sense this baby actually has, as opposed to arbitrarily picking a name I just like and sticking it on a human that may not even like it. And even if my child doesn't like the name, at least the child knows I put thought into giving it more so than just picking it because it was my favorite. Because it's not about, my point is that I'm letting them know it was not about me. I let you try to give a voice and agency when even you didn't have ability to speak. So I let your personality give that voice and agency. So to me, there is no failing, even if they switch the name. Because my point isn't that they have to keep the name. It's just that they will know, oh, my father gave this much more attention to hoping that my existence is fuller.
This is
I dig the concept.
and
that's why I said if I explained that, a partner wouldn't be.
Are you practical?
Pragmatic.
See, I did what your girl did. Yeah. You see that? And see how I appreciated I knew exactly where she was coming from on the side that you didn't appreciate.
Yes. But
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Candace Owens right about anything?
Yes.
What was she right about?
Because you said anything.
No, I'm saying like stuff that you've heard.
Yes.
Stuff that you've heard that's landed on you.
Yes.
Okay.
My point is that if someone has all the ingredients to make something that you want in front of you, you can make what you want. But if they have one mystery ingredient and that ingredient is poop, you'll never want them to make the cake, including all the ingredients you need and their ingredient extra of poop. So my point is that people like her can have a whole lot.
I got a question. So you need to like everything about the content.
Point.
The content.
Yes, not the person. I need to like everything about the way you express your point. And if you're expressing a point with a flaw, then your point isn't right. Just say the point. Just say bread.
I think the only thing that people
flour, sugar.
I think the only thing that people put in that category, like in the content game, is like bullying, and it's like I could deliver this. That is the point to me to all of the different the yins and yangs and the flows of like even like how this podcast has evolved. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just like we're not all the same.
Definitely.
We're not all the same.
Yeah.
We're going to have different opinions.
Yes.
We're going to have different perspectives.
Yes.
You bring a whole different view to this podcast that no one on this panel could bring.
Yeah, and that goes for every person.
And guess what? He lived in a region where none of us other than him, due to the amount of people that's here, he could bring and give us. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it goes with all of us. And I think and this is really kind of like left field. We had it on the board. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but I just got introduced to Candace Owens this week. Mm-hmm. Okay, and as you said, as to why we kind of brought that up in part one earlier. We're going to not dissect, but we're just going to give a little bit of feedback on the interview that she did with Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? Maybe play a few clips here and there, but I realized that I might be a good juror, where I could kind of just be like, I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe because of my age, and I realized that the first car that we go see, that's not the one we're going to buy, meaning the first thought that I have about this person and the very first thing they show me, and it's like, ooh, the air in this car is blasting. Nigga, you don't know that they just got out of a test drive with this car, and this one ain't have to warm up like that other one, so you think that the ACs and the cars are different. No, it's just the fact that it was circumstance. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I'm able to understand. I can leave everything on a parallel plane.
At the same time, the key for that to be effective is for you not to use that as a new religion and now say, the first thing is not going to be what I buy. No, the first thing...
Oh, we can come back to it.
Exactly.
We can come back to it.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can draw that conclusion after kind of like, connect the dots. And we can do all of that. Now, if all the dots connect and they all come back and we're still singing the song, then
you go back. But that therefore makes the first sentence, the first thing I buy, the first thing I see I'm not going to buy. That's not your point.
I won't buy it at that point.
Yes. So that's my point of how it's very important the way people say things, because technically what you first said is not what you meant. You said the first thing I'm not going to buy. That makes a rule.
Makes it kind of an absolute.
Yeah, what if you find gold the first thing? And then now because of your principle of that's a rule, I got to pass it. And now you're going to miss the perfect opportunity. But sometimes you can't stop.
Using the car analogy, and we're going for a car, and let's say we got a $10,000 budget, and we found a car that, let's just say, unbeknownst to them, that we looked up and we're like, oh, shit, man, this... Even if we just do our thing, we can sell this right now on Carvana for more, for $39,000. At that point,
would be no point to go forward.
It would be no point other than to get the car.
Even if you wanted to quickly sell it and keep looking, because you would have more. And that's the point of a statement that someone makes.
That's all. Like when we say, "Oh, well, you could take his word to the bank." You know, it's all, and that's what I was telling you. That's what I was telling you before we started. I said it's so much content, so much conversation. We doing this so much. It's just it is what it is, what it is, and everybody wants to find a spot to hang their hat on. You see what I'm saying? Everybody wants to hang their hat on, put the coat up. You know what I'm saying? Start the kitchen. Let's go. This is our home. This is where we live because this is the hill. Like, no. Let's go. Let's get to the next thought. Let's just, okay, she feels like that about that.
Let's make sure our goal isn't to be right. Our goal is to find what is right and be willing to change if it's not what we currently think. And that's part of what I'm saying. So many times when I go into anything, my mind 100% is I don't yes or no what is being said until I've heard what's being said, and then I understand why it's being said, because both of those things would change whether I actually would be yes or no to it. Whereas most people today, for time's sake, and really it is for the sake of time, and I just may be a person that's mentally patient, and that may be what it boils down to. For the sake of time, people will rushingly just say things like, "Oh, I can't stand such and such people," and just forget that, oh, you do got a friend who's also one of those people, and if you said that, then you were affecting that person.
And saying what you're saying, that takes away our right to just hastily say stuff. We're all human. We all, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
and those emotions wouldn't exist without what you know
exactly
what, I'm saying, what you're saying.
And my only point is when you have a platform, does that become important for you to edit those thoughts, because you have to remember that there are other people that are going to listen to you. You aren't just talking to one or two friends and that's just it. But technically, I'm a person that even for your one or two friends,
I feel what you're saying. Like
you should always work from a basis of let's just talk about the facts, not about the thing.
Do I want more people out here like me? Like they say, like to men that are like womanizers, like, oh, would you want your daughter to date a guy like you, like something like that. So, but I will say, in a very wow, we didn't even address the other topic, man. I just love the way this flows. We just need to keep living.
Right, at the end of the day, man.
I just don't want us to get all hung up on stuff. There's too many opinions. You know, everybody has their things that they want to say about everything. And when they say everybody got a podcast, even everybody has a podcast, like me.
Well, the thing is you know, real quick,
That's
man.
why we're here.
You know, I think people forget, or I think the original thought has been forgotten of why our country is set up the way it is. Yes, there are people who, what makes the United States so great and what makes democracy so great is because you're taking different thoughts. You're taking different mindsets. And at some point, you should be able to come to some kind of median, something that maybe you might not be completely happy with,
Right.
but everybody can somewhat be in agreement that, okay, we can come to this middle ground and everybody can coexist.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's missing, man. Like, that's the part. Like, everybody is stuck in their corners.
But I think like
the way
like,
you said that was perfect. It literally is as if everyone needs to realize you have good qualities, but we all have to realize we don't have all good qualities. Yeah. For instance, French culture may be good at styling things, but German culture is good at engineering that they don't break. So we have to thank both cultures that if we make something that is beautiful and doesn't break, neither of them should feel like it was because of us. Or it was because of we learned to accept each thing that was great about each of us to make America. Exactly. As opposed to feeling like because America has pizza.
That's like if Alfa Romeo and Audi came together and created your ultimate sports your ultimate sports sedan.
Exactly.
Because even
Diversity.
if
That's
the
what it
country
is.
says our favorite food in the country is pizza, does that mean Italian culture is America's force? No, it means that when it comes to food, more people enjoy pizza when it comes to food. But that shouldn't be taken to mean, oh, so that means all that culture is everything for us. No. We need to be able to accept our favorite food is pizza, but our favorite dessert comes from so-and-so. And our favorite such and such comes from this. Our favorite music is black culture. Our favorite form of banking is Jewish. It's like whatever it is that has worked or is effective, and the things that aren't effective and the things that don't work, we need to be willing to say, oh, our side isn't good, or I'm personally not good at that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like getting out of here.
Man, we hit our time, y'all. I didn't know no other way to do it.
But just go ahead and do it, because we keep on talking.
That's it.
Thank y'all for coming out tonight. Thank y'all for giving us y'all time.
The Drew Network.
Chime in.
I just had to bring the music in real quick. It's been fun. It's time for Andrea and Steve's son to run. Remember, cleanliness travels like defense.
The Drew Network.
Get you some good bar soap and wash your hands.
Y'all be good. We'll be back next time.
Yeah, we'll be back.
To the next one, so.
Hey, I'm gonna get married, y'all.
You's married?
You's married now.
The Drew Network.
Coming soon
Oh man.
to a pod near you.
Hey, our conversation.
One man.
Our conversations hit different now, man. That's why this pod was better.
The Drew Network.
Synergy.
Oh,
In the room, the energy. I think we might have actually hit an actual mental breakthrough right there at the last part, though, of learning what we all are saying and what we're talking to.
Yeah, because E brought it home.
Yes.
Hey, how much time you think
My
we got
point
left?
is that the Candace Owens of the world
Bruh.
make it seem like the people you like
Tony.
are absolute, and the people you don't like
Tony, I'm
are
gonna shoot a
absolute.
firework at you. How much time we got left?
2 minutes.
We got 1 minute!